All right, we have the brand new Apple iPhone 16 Pro Max in natural titanium and desert titanium, as well as the AirPods 4 that we're going to unbox, get some first impressions and some audio tests on the speakers. Let's check it out. So the Desert Titanium is the new color in the lineup this year. Reminds me a little bit of the gold one that they had before. We don't have a lot of colors right now in the Pro lineup, so that's kind of a bummer. So we have natural, a little bit cleaner than I was expecting. And then here has a little bit of a pink hue to it. So it's not as brown as I was expecting it to be. I kind of wish it was a little bit more saturated or darker brown, but not like as brown as some of the links were like suggesting, you know what I mean. Inside, you do not get the Apple sticker anymore. Apparently you can go to an Apple store and get those, but you just have your braided USB-C cables here. There's not a SIM ejector tool on this one because in the United States, we only have eSIM. What's neat is that these now support 25 watt wireless charging. Previously it was 15 watts, but in order to get that 25 watts, you have to get a new MagSafe charger. So that's a little bit of a bummer, but at least it's faster than before. Additionally, there are rumors that these support 45 watt fast charging or faster charging, but that's a bit in dispute. But before it was a little bit slow at 25 watts. So hopefully that 45 watts is correct because man, when you're traveling and on a rush, you know, you kind of need to charge real quick sometimes. So here I have my 15 Pro Max here in blue, like the color here. And supposedly these are a little bit bigger than it. Oh my goodness, it is a little bit bigger. And the finish looks different. It looks a little bit more matte finish, kind of like softer looking. The size being just a slight bit bigger on the screen comes from the fact that they reduced the amount of bezel on it. Now they say that this does have the second generation of ceramic shield, which means it shouldn't scratch as easily, but glass still scratches. And the one thing that I saw in Marquez's video that just like cringed for me is that he held up the phones together with the camera array against the screen. Man, I've scratched so many phones that way, and I'll like put it on the table and move it around, and then I'll look at it and there's a bunch of scratches on it somehow, and the table looks clean. I don't know what's going on with that. So I always put on a tempered glass screen protector right away. So I'm gonna use one from Torras, their Glasgow X. The whole goal for Torras is to help make your iPhone last longer. It has a really neat little tool here that you just kind of set up, and it's supposed to be a two-step process. So let's try it out. Let's see if I can do this without following the instructions. It seems like it might be pretty easy. The Glasgow X screen protector is easy to install in two steps. It has 100% of coverage and goes all the way up to the borders. It has up to 12 feet of drop protection and is scratch resistant. Torras also has some cases called the O-Stan 360 Spin in Dune, Ivory, and Onyx. These are some good colors here, but obviously I'm gonna pick the Dune color for the Desert Titanium. It just looks like it works so well. So not only does it protect the cameras nice and well, but it has that really great cutout there for the camera control. It has MagSafe support, so you can use your accessories just fine. It has a nice grip to it as well with the little bevels right there. And the coolest part is you have this little kickstand built into it. You should get the whole setup there. There are links down below in the description. There's even a coupon code available for those of you who are watching. Thanks so much to Torras for that. And let me know what color you're gonna get. Thanks so much to Torras for sponsoring this portion of the video. So while they reduced the bezel on it, they also made the phone itself just a little bit bigger. And the question is, does it feel bigger than the 15 Pro Max? Because the 15 Pro Max already felt pretty big to me. It does feel a little bit bigger. I don't really like that. I was kind of hoping it wasn't the case. Personally, I would prefer the non-Max now that it has the same camera array sensors, just like on the Max model. So if you were concerned about it being too big on the 15 Pro Max, then I would say this is going to push it just a little bit over the edge, I think. It feels pretty big to me. It's crazy what like a millimeter will do. Now looking really close at this, yeah, you can definitely see those bezels got really thin in comparison. That's kind of impressive. So the fact that they made this screen look so much bigger by only making the bezels thinner and just making the phone itself wider or bigger by like maybe a millimeter in terms of width is pretty impressive. Like, now what's interesting is that this still only goes up to 2000 nits of brightness, but you can go down to as low as 1 nit now. So you can go really low if you want to, which is really great when you're inevitably doom scrolling when you're trying to go to bed. There's also Apple Intelligence, but it's not here now. It's coming later. So I guess I can't really talk about that. So now this is the interesting part. It's the camera control button. Well, it's not the button. They don't want to say a button. I haven't pressed it yet. Ooh. So apparently if you just press down the button, it opens up the camera. That's a great animation. And if you hold it down again, it should start recording a video if you want to do that, or if you just press it, it'll take a photo. And they have this really neat animation there, moving it around and stuff. Now, I have like some hesitations because, you know, you could just use the button that's on the screen potentially, but it is kind of fun. And I imagine that they're going to use this for more than just camera control. They're going to use this for other things. There's going to be third-party apps that'll go into using this, and it's going to become really cool what you can do with it, especially because it's not just a button, it's a camera controls, which means, I guess, swiping around and stuff, and that can do a lot. Another interesting thing is this whole photographic style that they're adding here. And this is really unique to me because there are a lot of really great phones coming out right now from Vivo and Xiaomi. It has a lot of contrast and it's just very opinionated and looks artsy and beautiful. Well, it seems like they're trying to appeal to people like me who like something that looks more like a traditional film camera compared to a smartphone camera. So you have all these photographic styles that are a little bit different than before. And one of the coolest things about it is that you can take photos on your phone and then after the fact, go into those photographic styles and choose the one that you want and adjust all the settings and things like that. So it's non-destructive. I'm really excited to use the camera now that I can kind of tune it after the fact. Now, in terms of positioning, this does make a lot of sense right here in portrait mode, but I do find it just a little bit out of place in landscape mode. Like I put my fingers naturally here, so I'm kind of having to go over here as opposed to, you know, when you're doing this. This would feel really awkward down here, I would say. I don't know, what do you think? Do you think it should have been lower? I think they're trying to split the difference here, but it does feel like a little bit more of a reach. Now, one thing it's hard to deny is that this being a touch control button that you can swipe on really makes me wish that this had Touch ID built into it as well, because it would be awesome to have both Face ID and Touch ID built into this same phone, because you never know. I wonder if they could add something like that. That would be really cool. Another thing that they've added is 4K 120 frames per second. So for all those content creators that are watching all those Peter McKinnon videos and all this other stuff, when you have the cinematic B-roll of coffee making, you can do that on your iPhone now. But let's be honest, you can do a lot of things with your iPhone in terms of filming with it, including log footage, which is amazing. I've filmed a whole bunch of stuff like for my videos in log and people haven't noticed. And I have a video coming up where I'm filming it almost entirely on the iPhone. So that'll be interesting. Make sure you stay tuned for that. Make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon. Another thing that I'm really excited about is the studio quality mics. Supposedly you can just record in certain areas and it'll be able to change the way things sound depending on your environment, whether or not it has more background noise or not. I'm very interested in testing that out and comparing it with something that is done in post-production, because I have a feeling this is using just like some processing, AI processing to do some noise isolation. That'll be interesting. One thing that I really appreciate though is this continuation of non-destructive, like it with the photographic styles. In terms of the sound samples, you're able to make adjustments after the fact, but they're not burnt into the actual audio file, which is amazing. Okay, let's try a little bit of a speaker test comparing the 16 Pro Max and the 15 Pro Max and see if it's any better. Okay, wow, okay. I think it has a wider stereo spread. Crazy. I think it might be louder. And I think it might have a wider stereo spread. It's pretty close, but like, I don't know, it's enough to fool me where I think it's actually different, but I don't know, maybe it's a placebo. I'll need to do some more scientific tests on these, so I'll get back to you on that. All right, AirPods 4 time. It's just a little guy. Oh my gosh, is there anything else in here? Not even stickers, not even a cable. Okay. This is like cloth? Oh wow. Yeah, there's like cloth in here. It's not just paper. My goodness, look at how tiny this thing is. This is insanely small. Here is the AirPods 3 for comparison, and then the AirPods Pro 2. Now, the downside with this is that you don't get the lanyard on the side that you have on the AirPods Pro 2. You don't get MagSafe charging. You do have wireless charging, but it just doesn't lock in on a MagSafe charger. But you do gain the little speaker in there that you have on the AirPods Pro 2, which is really great because you can get the little chime there, and it makes it a little bit easier to find your device or your earbuds if you lose them. There's an interesting thing though in terms of Find My capability. This uses Bluetooth instead of ultra wideband, so you don't get that really pinpoint precision feature or for finding that you have on the AirPods Pro 2. You just get a generalized finding over Bluetooth. So not as ideal, but it's good that it's still there. Another thing that you'll notice is there's no capacitive button on the back. Instead, it's right here in the front. And so if you triple tap it or whatever, then it changes modes. Of course, you have your fast pairing capability on the iPhone. Hi, Ruby. Oh, we got a little chime there using the little button or the speaker. Now they say they have a new shape that is supposedly able to have a better fit than before. So if we look at these, oh yeah, that is a little bit different. Oh, it looks thinner. Do you see how much thinner it is? And this part right here is a little bit more narrow. That's very interesting. Okay, let's put in the old ones. I want to see how they feel. Okay, yeah, I mean, it's there. Okay, let's put in the new ones. Oh yeah, that's much better. Because like what's happening here on the old one, it feels like it's a little bit more bulbous. And that bulbousness, I can feel it in, bumping into my ear a bit more. Pretty sure this is, yeah, that's more flat. Can you see the difference? One is a little bit more round and this is flat. So that's making a notable difference, even in my own ear. So that's pretty cool. What's interesting is that this has active noise cancellation on it. So let's put it in and test out the ANC and see how well it is able to block out some noise. Oh. Huh. This is actually doing something, which is very, very surprising. It sounds like it's canceling out more of the low end and not so much the high end, because I can definitely hear the S's of my voice very clearly, but I don't hear so much of the body. That's interesting. I'm gonna go on a trip on a plane, so I'm gonna try it out and see how well it performs. So there's gonna be a full review for these as well coming up, so stay tuned for that. Now, the other thing that we need to test out is the sound quality. So the real question is, how much better are the AirPods 4 compared to the AirPods 3? So let's listen to the AirPods 3 real quick. Yeah, the one thing that really surprised me about the AirPods 3 was just how much bass was there. I was not expecting that. So they're doing some live algorithm measurements to adjust the EQ for your specific ear, which is really cool. So yeah, definitely some good low end on that. Now let's listen to the AirPods 4. Gosh, that case is just so small. Okay, yeah, it's got, whoa. Yeah, the ANC's kicking in, I can't hear my voice very well. Yeah, the sound is definitely good. It has that low end to it. They have a high end there. It's not gonna be the best out there. There's plenty of earbuds I think that sound like way better, but for an open ear design option that has active noise cancellation, this is pretty dang good. I'm really surprised. Now the question is, how does it sound next to the AirPods Pro 2? Huh. The AirPods Pro 2 seem like they have more low end, but also more like high lows or low mids. So it might seem a little bit more muddy, which is interesting. The AirPods 4 seem like they have a little bit more clarity in the high end. Okay, I would say that the AirPods 3 actually have the most high end to them, but the low end is a little bit more weighty on the AirPods 4. And then overall, the AirPods Pro 2 have the most low end to it, but the high end is a little bit more subdued in comparison. So in terms of the sound, if I'm gonna be honest, between all of them, I would prefer the 3 because it has a little bit more of that high end to it. It's a little bit more clear. I like a little more airy sound to it. But if you're looking for a pair of AirPods that have ANC and do not go inside your ear canal, AirPods 4 might be pretty legit to go for. One thing that I also realized is that you don't have swipe controls here. All you do have is pinch controls. So that's where you get the Pro. The Pro, you get swipe gestures, you have the lanyard thing on there, you have the in-ear design, so better ANC, you have the ultra wideband, so you can have precision finding. As a whole, there's a lot of similarities between the AirPods 4 and the AirPods Pro 2, so very interesting. So those are my first impressions of the Apple iPhone 15 Pro Max in natural titanium and desert titanium, as well as the Apple AirPods 4. What are your thoughts and observations? What do you want me to cover and check out, especially for the earbuds and the sounds and all that other stuff? And the cameras, oh my gosh, I'm excited to test that out. So let me know what you're interested in, want me to check out in the comments. If you'd like to pick these up, go ahead and click on the links down below in the description. They always help support the channel. This video was not sponsored by Apple. I purchased all of these items items on my own. This video is supported by viewers like you and our overlay sponsor, Audible. Thanks for watching. This is Tech Today. Ruby says goodbye, and she's gonna get her snuggles. All right, thank you. See you later. Until next time. Bye.